What if the familiar ache in your knee, the one you shrug off as just age, isn't inevitable? What if it's not a badge of honor from a lifetime of activity, but a whisper from something you wear every single day? A groundbreaking 2023 study from Harvard Medical School, meticulously tracking 10,000 adults over 50, revealed a startling truth. Poorly chosen or worn-out footwear is a direct cause of chronic knee pain in up to 60% of cases. That's more than half of us suffering needlessly. Think about that. 6 out of 10 people could find real relief, not from medication or surgery, but from a simple change. This isn't about giving up your beloved walks. It's about transforming them from a silent saboteur into a source of vitality. By the end of this, you'll discover the single most crucial overlooked test for your shoes, a simple check that can instantly reveal if your footwear is secretly sabotaging your joints. Imagine two futures, one where every step is a slow, grinding reminder of discomfort, limiting your world inch by painful inch. The other where you stride with confidence, climbing stairs with ease, playing with grandkids, exploring trails, all because you understood one overlooked secret. Let's make that second future yours. Before we even look at a shoe, let's understand why your feet are so critical. Think of your body as a magnificent, perfectly balanced mobile automobile, with your feet as the anchors. A slight wobble at the bottom and the entire structure above has to twist and compensate. Your feet are designed with intricate arches and a network of muscles to absorb impact and provide stable support. But if that foundation is compromised, even slightly, it sends a ripple effect, an internal earthquake, straight up your leg. A tiny, unnoticed roll of your foot inside a worn-out shoe or a subtle slip of your heel doesn't just stay put. That micro-instability travels like a shock wave, gaining momentum until it slams into your knee joint. The knee, a hinge designed for forward and backward motion, is suddenly forced to absorb twisting rotational stress it was never built to handle. Not once, but thousands of times with every single walk. The British Journal of Sports Medicine emphasizes that even minor foot instability significantly alters knee biomechanics, leading to increased strain and accelerated wear over time. This isn't just theoretical, it's a constant cumulative grind on your cartilage and ligaments. Imagine trying to open a door when the hinge is slightly twisted. It works, but the hinge grinds, wears, and eventually cries out. Your knee is no different. This relentless, uneven pressure is what silently erodes your comfort, making simple tasks like getting out of a chair or carrying groceries feel like a chore. Let's jump right into the crucial signs your shoes are failing you, starting with what might seem like the least obvious culprits, working our way to the most foundational, undeniable evidence. Remember, the goal here is to empower you with direct, actionable insights. Sign 5. Mismatched gear, using the wrong tool for the job. Many of us, and I've absolutely been guilty of this, walk into a store, see running shoes, and think, perfect, they're athletic, they're cushioned, they must be great for my daily walks. But this is a classic mistake, akin to using a delicate, flexible fillet knife to try and chop a tough butternut squash. It's the wrong tool, and your knees pay the price. Running shoes are specialized machines engineered for a very specific biomechanical purpose: repetitive, high-impact, forward propulsion. They're often designed to be lightweight, highly flexible, and heavily cushioned in the heel and forefoot to absorb the shock of a runner's stride and facilitate a quick toe-off. Research published in the Journal of Foot and Ankle Research highlights how the specific design of running shoes, optimized for a shorter ground contact time and different foot strike patterns, can be detrimental for walking. Walking, however, is a profoundly different motion. Your foot spends a much longer time on the ground during each step, rolling from heel to toe in a more controlled, deliberate manner. It involves more side-to-side balance and requires consistent, stable support through the entire foot contact phase. A proper walking shoe is therefore built with a firmer midsole for sustained support, often a slightly beveled heel to smooth the heel-to-toe transition, and greater overall torsional rigidity to prevent unwanted twisting. When you use a running shoe for walking, That excessive flexibility and specialized cushioning often lack the lateral stability and firm midfoot support your walking gait demands. This means your foot can pronate, roll inward, or supinate, roll outward excessively, forcing your knee to compensate for the instability with every single step. It's like trying to drive a car with race tires on a muddy country road. They're great for racing, but utterly ineffective and potentially damaging in the wrong environment. This hidden strain means that simple pleasures like a long stroll through the park or keeping up with active grandkids become harder, not easier, putting undue stress on your knee joints that accumulates over time. Sign 4. Your body's report card, the post-walk test. Sometimes the clearest warnings don't come from examining your shoes directly, but from listening to your body hours or even a full day after your walk. Your body is constantly sending you messages. You just need to learn how to interpret its post-walk report. Here's the first crucial indicator: pain migration. After a walk, don't just focus on your knees. Take a full body scan. Do you notice a subtle ache in your hip on the same side as your bad knee? Perhaps the large muscles on the outside of your thigh feel unusually tight, or your shins are tender to the touch. When discomfort isn't isolated just to the knee, it's a huge, flashing clue. It suggests your entire kinetic chain, from your foot up through your ankle, shin, knee, and hip, is out of alignment, fighting an uphill battle against inadequate shoe support. Your body, in its incredible wisdom, recruits other muscles to try and stabilize what your shoes aren't. That hip pain isn't a separate problem. It's a symptom of the same root cause that's making your knee ache, a clear sign of compensatory strain. The American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons emphasizes how issues in one joint can cascade, causing pain and dysfunction in adjacent joints, making pain migration a critical red flag. This means that a walk that should leave you feeling refreshed instead leaves you stiff, impacting your ability to enjoy daily activities like gardening or dancing. The second critical sign is the morning test. How do your knees feel the moment you swing your legs out of bed the morning after a good walk? If they feel stiff, grumpy, and achy for those first few steps, that's your body talking directly to you. That stiffness is your body's clear signal of inflammation. Your shoes, by failing to provide adequate stability, allowed for too much tiny, uncontrolled movement within your joints yesterday. This micro-movement, though imperceptible at the time, creates friction and irritation that triggers an inflammatory response. Your body spent the night trying to deal with this damage, and now it's sending you the bill in the form of morning stiffness and discomfort. A study published in Arthritis and Rheumatology notes that morning stiffness is a hallmark of joint inflammation and often indicates underlying mechanical stress. A truly beneficial walk should leave you feeling energized and mobile the next day, ready to tackle your errands or enjoy a leisurely coffee, not seized up and hesitant to move. This isn't just about discomfort, it's about preserving your long-term mobility and quality of life. Sign 3. The fallen foundation, when the arch has abandoned ship. Imagine your foot's arch as a perfectly engineered suspension bridge designed to flex slightly with each step, absorbing the impact of your body weight and distributing forces evenly. It's your body's built-in shock absorber. But when your shoe's integrated arch support wears out, often becoming soft and squishy, that suspension bridge collapses. This collapse is often called overpronation. Think of it simply as your foot acting like a flat tire. Instead of a controlled flex, your arch flattens excessively and your entire foot and ankle roll inward. This isn't just a foot problem. When your foot rolls inward, it creates an internal rotation of your lower leg bone, the tibia. This rotational force then travels directly up to your knee, forcing it into an unnatural twisting motion with every single step. Simultaneously, with a collapsed arch, the shock of each impact has nowhere to go. It bypasses the natural cushioning system and travels straight up your leg directly into your knee joint. The American Podiatric Medical Association consistently highlights the critical role of proper arch support in maintaining lower limb alignment and preventing knee pain. Here's a quick, telling way to check your shoe's arch support. Place your main walking shoe on a flat surface, like a table or the floor. Get down to eye level and look at it from directly behind. Does the shoe stand up straight and tall, presenting a vertical heel, or does it lean noticeably inward, like a tired old building about to fall over? That inward lean is a classic, undeniable sign that the shoe's internal support structure, particularly in the arch and midsole, has completely given way. It's no longer cradling your foot, it's mimicking its collapse. Try this for an even clearer picture. Do the wet test at home. Dampen the bottom of one of your feet, not dripping wet, just enough to leave a mark. Step firmly onto a piece of cardboard or a dark tile. Now look closely at the shape of the print. If you see a distinct crescent-shaped dry spot on the inside of your footprint, congratulations, you likely have a healthy, well-supported arch. But if you see the image of almost your entire foot with little to no dry curve on the inside, that's a sign of a collapsed arch. When your foot flattens this much, it's a clear indication that your current shoe is no longer providing the crucial support your knees desperately need, making everyday movements like walking upstairs or simply standing feel more strenuous and painful. Sign 2. Friction warnings. Hot spots are red flags. We all have a tendency to ignore the subtle cues our bodies send us. A tiny red spot on your outer toe, a bit of rubbing on the back of your heel, perhaps a callus forming on the ball of your foot. We often dismiss them, thinking, oh, they just need breaking in, or we put on a thicker sock and forget about it. But these seemingly minor irritations are not just skin deep, they are critical warning lights on your body's dashboard. A hot spot is a distress signal. It means there's friction. And friction only occurs where there's unwanted, excessive movement inside your shoe. Your foot is slipping, sliding, or rubbing where it absolutely positively should not be. That rubbing isn't just a nuisance, it's a bright, flashing sign of instability. To counteract that tiny, uncontrolled slip, the small, deep muscles in your foot and lower leg automatically tense up. They grip and clench, trying desperately to create the stability your shoe is no longer providing. This constant, low-grade tension, this hidden muscular effort, pulls on all the delicate tendons and ligaments that cross your ankle and extend up around your knee. And where does all that persistent tugging and pulling ultimately end up? Directly at your knee joint, forcing it to absorb twisting stresses it was never designed for. A study from the American College of Sports Medicine highlights how even subtle shifts in foot mechanics due to inadequate footwear can lead to increased muscle activity and strain further up the kinetic chain. That little blister on your pinky toe could very well be the origin story for that nagging ache on the inside of your knee, silently contributing to cartilage wear and chronic discomfort. Ignoring these early warnings means you're essentially asking your body to do the shoe's job day in and day out, leading to fatigue, pain, and potentially more serious joint issues that make simple tasks like walking to your mailbox or tending your garden feel like an ordeal. Sign 1. Structural Integrity Test, the 5-second shoe autopsy. This is it, the single most crucial yet often overlooked test for your shoes. It's the ultimate tell for whether your footwear is still a supportive partner or a silent saboteur. Forget looking at the treads on the bottom. A shoe can have perfectly good grip and still be utterly broken down inside. The real story, the one that directly impacts your knees, is in the hidden structural integrity. This is the truth revealed, the answer to that curiosity gap we opened earlier. First, the twist test. Grab one of your main walking shoes. Hold it firmly by the heel in one hand and the toe in the other. Now try to wring it out like a wet dish rag. A good supportive walking shoe will resist you significantly. It will have some natural give, some flex where your foot naturally bends, but you'll feel its backbone, its underlying integrity fighting back. But if that shoe twists easily, if it feels floppy and collapses in the middle with almost no effort, its critical support structure, the midsole and shank, is gone. It's a dead shoe. Your foot is now doing all the stabilizing work that the shoe should be doing, forcing your small foot muscles and ultimately your knee to compensate for every step. The Podiatry Today journal frequently emphasizes the importance of torsional rigidity, resistance to twisting, in footwear for proper biomechanical support and injury prevention. This lack of resistance means your foot is constantly battling for stability, leading to an unstable knee that groans every time you try to go up a curb or get out of a chair. Next, the heel counter pinch. Turn the shoe around and find that stiff, curved part that cups the back of your heel. This is the heel counter. Its singular, vital job is to lock your heel firmly in place and prevent it from rolling side to side with each step. Pinch it hard between your thumb and forefinger. Does it feel solid, firm, and structured, almost like a rigid shell? Or does it collapse easily, like a flimsy piece of cardboard? A weak or compromised heel counter means your heel can slide around, even subtly, with every step. This instability at the very foundation of your gait is a direct, non-stop ticket to knee strain. It allows your entire lower leg to rotate internally, putting immense, unnatural stress on your knee joint. Even if a shoe looks brand new on the outside, with clean laces and pristine fabric, it can fail these two simple tests. Miles matter far, far more than how old the shoe looks. A shoe that fails these checks is actively contributing to the friction and instability that lead to wear and tear, making everyday walking a source of silent agony. Now you know the signs, but knowing isn't enough. Taking action is key. We've got the most practical solutions coming up, from finding the perfect new pair to a simple lacing trick and an easy exercise you can do right now for happier knees. Don't go anywhere, the best is yet to come. The fix, finding your next great pair. So, you've done the detective work and you have a sneaking suspicion your shoes might be the problem. Don't despair, this is actually fantastic news. Because unlike age or genetics, this is a problem you can absolutely solve. Finding your next great pair doesn't have to be a complicated or expensive ordeal. It's an investment in your comfort, mobility, and knee health. First, the golden rule of shoe shopping. Always shop for shoes late in the day. Your feet naturally swell over the course of the day from walking and standing. You want to shop when they're at their biggest to avoid buying a pair that feels perfectly fine in the morning but is painfully snug by the end of your first walk. This simple tip, supported by podiatric experts, ensures you get a fit that's comfortable all day long. Next, employ the thumb rule. When you're trying on a shoe, stand up and make sure there's about a thumb's width of space between the end of your longest toe, which surprisingly might be your second toe, not your big toe, and the very end of the shoe. Don't just assume you know your size. Feet can change shape and size significantly over the years. Always get them professionally measured by a trained associate, even if you're just browsing. Then do your own in-store tests right there. 1. Bend the shoe. A good walking shoe should bend easily only where your foot naturally bends, at the ball of the foot, just behind your toes. If it bends easily in the middle of the arch, it's too flimsy and lacks the crucial midfoot support your knees require. This tells you its structural integrity is already compromised. 2. Check the insole. Take out the flimsy insole that comes with the shoe. Look inside. Is the stitching clean and neat? Is the footbed flat and well made? A quality interior often indicates overall better construction. 3. Walk around. Don't just stand there, walk several laps around the store. Go up and down any ramps if available. Pay attention to how your heel feels, if there's any slipping, or if any hot spots emerge quickly. This immediate feedback is invaluable. And a simple, often overlooked tip, always bring the exact socks you normally wear for walking. Trying on shoes with those thin nylon store socks can give you a completely false sense of fit and space, leading to an uncomfortable and ultimately unsupportive shoe. Investing this time now means you're not just buying a shoe, you're investing in pain-free walks, vibrant energy, and the freedom to pursue all your favorite activities without that nagging knee pain holding you back. A tiny change with a big impact, the heel lock. What if your shoes are still in pretty good shape, passing most of your checks, but you feel that tiny, annoying bit of looseness in the back? That subtle heel slip, where your heel lifts just a little with every single step, is a silent menace. It forces the tiny muscles and toes in your foot to constantly grip and claw, trying desperately to find stability. That non-stop low-level tension shoots right up the back of your leg, directly impacting your knee. But there's an amazing simple fix that elite athletes have used for decades: the heel lock, or runner's loop. It's a game changer for stability, and it costs you nothing. Look at your walking shoes. Most good quality athletic shoes have an extra unused shoelace hole at the very top, near your ankle. That's not just for decoration. It's for this exact purpose. Try this right now. 1. Lace your shoe normally, but stop before you get to that very last topmost hole. 2. Now take the lace on one side, let's say the right side, and instead of crossing it over, feed it back through that last top hole. This will create a small open loop of lace. Don't pull it tight yet. 3. Do the exact same thing on the other side. You should now have 2 small loops, one on each side at the very top of your shoe. 4. Finally, cross your laces over as you normally would, but thread each lace through the loop on the opposite side. 5. Pull the laces outward and down away from the loops. You will immediately feel the lacing system magically cinch and tighten around your ankle, firmly anchoring your heel right to the back of the shoe. No more slipping. This subtle technique, validated by studies on lacing mechanics in the Journal of Foot and Ankle Research, significantly reduces friction and micromovements, providing instant noticeable stability. This simple adjustment ensures your foot stays securely planted, preventing the internal rotation and compensatory gripping that stresses your knees. It's like giving your shoe a custom-fit hug, liberating your foot and knee from unnecessary work, making every stride feel more secure and less taxing, and letting you focus on your surroundings rather than your discomfort. One simple move for happier knees. Great shoes are the essential foundation, but we can also actively help our bodies from the inside out. Strong, flexible ankles act as superior shock absorbers, taking some of the strain and load off your knees before it even gets there. This isn't about heavy weights or complicated routines. It's about gentle, consistent movement. Let's try a simple, gentle move you can do right now, anytime you're sitting down. 1. Sit comfortably in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. 2. Lift your right foot just an inch or 2 off the ground. 3. Now, slowly and gently, pretend you're drawing big, lazy circles in the air with your big toe. Make them as large as you comfortably can, but ensure the movement comes primarily from your ankle joint, not your whole leg. Focus on the smooth, controlled rotation. 4. Do about 10 circles clockwise, really feeling that gentle stretch and movement in the ankle joint. Then reverse it for 10 circles counterclockwise. 5. Switch feet and repeat the process. This lubricates the ankle joint and improves its range of motion, which the American Council on Exercise highlights as crucial for distributing forces away from the knee. Now, let's add a gentle stretch for your lower leg. 1. Sit in that same chair. Extend your right leg out straight in front of you, keeping your heel on the floor. 2. Gently pull your toes back toward your shin until you feel a light, comfortable stretch in your calf muscle. This should not be painful, just a mild lengthening sensation. 3. Hold this stretch for 20 seconds. Absolutely no bouncing. 4. Relax, then repeat for the other leg. Tight calf muscles can pull on the Achilles tendon and affect your entire walking gait, subtly forcing your knee into unnatural positions. Regular, gentle stretching helps maintain proper alignment and reduce strain. A crucial reminder: stop immediately if you feel any sharp pain. These movements should feel easy and fluid. And it's always a good idea to talk to a trusted clinician or physical therapist if you have any heart conditions, balance issues, or serious joint problems before starting any new exercise routine. These simple, consistent actions can significantly enhance your knee health, making daily life activities like stepping onto a curb or reaching for something on a high shelf feel easier and more fluid. Your walk should be a source of joy and vitality, not a slow march into chronic discomfort. We've uncovered the 7 clear signs to look for, from the hidden structural integrity of your shoes to the direct feedback your body sends you hours later. And we've given you a clear path forward to fix the problem. This isn't about giving up your walks, which are one of the most powerful and wonderful things you can do for your physical and mental well-being. This is about giving yourself the right tools, the correct foundation, so you can truly enjoy every single step. It's about transforming your walk from a potential source of pain into a reliable wellspring of energy and freedom. Your shoes are the single most important piece of walking equipment you own. They are worth the time to check. They are worth the effort to get right. Listen to your body. It's always talking to you. Check your shoes. They have a crucial story to tell. Take back your walk. You absolutely deserve to move with confidence, with lightness, and without that persistent nagging knee pain holding you hostage. Reclaim your mobility, reclaim your freedom, and step into a future where every walk is a healing journey.